Infinix just released the Hot 60i, and the design of this phone is sleek. And look at the specs. This is same as that of the Hot 50i released last year. The same display, the same RAM, the same chipset. And I'm wondering, there should be a notable upgrade from last year's release to make people want to go for it. And this one quality is around 145,000 naira. So the question is, should you go for the Infinix Hot 60i today, or should you just, dodge it and save your money? Remember, that's what I did right here on my channel. I tell you guys, the device that's what you're going for, or the ones you should dodge and save your money. So do not forget to click on the subscribe button below and turn on the bell notification icon. So when I create more videos like this, which I definitely will, you guys will be the first to get notified. Okay, so guys, let's get started on. If you're going for the Hot 60i today, or probably just go for, we have the Tecno Spark 40, we have, Redmi, we have, other amazing phones released this period. Now, let's move on to the design and the body build. Now, looking at this phone, I'm not sure any other creator is going to say this word. This kind of looks like this whole Samsung S series, right? The base model. Yeah, you see, one thing about Infinix, and this is why I love Infinix design over Tecno. Tecno is going to do copy and paste, right? They copy iPhone verbatim, but Infinix is going to change some things, because if you look closely, this is how the Samsung series are positioned in terms of the camera. Yeah, so I actually love how this design is, and like I said at the beginning of my video, this is actually slick. It's giving premium vibes. Like, trust me, with this one, I wouldn't even want to use a case. It uses a matte plastic back, and I love how it hides fingerprints and scratches. So if you're into colors, then you should know that this has about 5 colors. There's also a new dedicated one-tap AI button on the side, which can customize, to do whatever you want, either to launch apps, take screenshots, or even double tap to turn on the flashlights. It has dual stereo speakers, and surprisingly, this is louder than the Tecno Spark 40. Looking at the 3 camera rings, you should know that these are not all cameras. The very first one is an actual camera. The second one is an IR blaster, which you can use for controlling your TV or AC. And the third one is just there for decoration. So you don't need to be fooled. Now, to the display. So this is a 6.7-inch phone with 720p resolution and 120Hz refresh rate. Now, I think at this point, most budget phone coming out this year choose to use 720p resolution and 120Hz refresh rates. But normally, you guys should have, reduced probably the refresh rate to 90Hz so you can up the resolution, right? Because if you're going to notice a difference when you're watching movies or you're playing game, what you're doing with display between a 720p phone and a 1080p phone. But well, this is a budget phone, not just a budget phone, but an entry level phone. So I'm not expecting so much from them. The screen is smooth to scroll, good for social media, and 700 nits of brightness, which means it's going to do well outdoors. It has an always-on display, outdoor boost, and also a punch-hole camera. For the bezels, is actually noticeable. Now, for the performance, or what can this phone handle? Remember I said this uses the same chipset of last year's Hot 50i. So it has MediaTek Helio G81 paired with 4 gig RAM and 128 gig storage. Well, you can get the higher variant of the 8 gig RAM and 256 gig storage, which I will even advise you guys should go for. If by the end of this video, beginning for the Infinix Hot 60i. For your day-to-day activities from WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, you are going to enjoy this phone. However, if you're a gamer, let's say you play Call of Duty, PUBG, Genshin Impact and the rest of them, then I don't really think this phone is going to handle it because of the chipsets being used, right? It may work, but it's either going to hang or lag. And for the Call of Duty fans, you guys know that they would have shot you guys down many times before you won't give up. Yes. So, but for, let's say, your Candy Crush, Subway Surf, and mild games, it is going to run very well on this phone. So if you're a gamer, this phone is a no-no for you. Well, I think you should even have more money to spend if you're looking to get a gaming phone, because 145,000 naira today is like 50K as of last few years. And if you want to go for a good phone, right, you should need around 300K and above to get a decent gaming phone. So I think the performance on this phone is still actually doable. Looking at the price points, the Infinix Hot 60 is running on Android 15 and XOS 15.1. The interface is clean, the animations are smooth, and customization options are plenty. But here is where things get spicy. This phone is loaded with AI features. It has AI document assistance, AI note to art generator, AI wordpack creator, and Folax, which is their voice assistant, which uses DeepSeek R1 for better accuracy. Now, for the cameras on this phone, remember I told you guys that it's just one rear camera and one selfie camera. For rear camera, we have 50 MP, while the selfie camera is 8 MP. Now, the cameras on this phone take decent shots under good lighting. Yeah, so you need to probably be under the sun, or let's say have your ring light or a softbox or anything to take decent photos on this phone, right? But when it comes to low lights photos, you may not like what you see. Yes, now you can shoot videos in 2K at 30 FPS, both the selfie camera and the rear camera, but do not expect stabilization, right, when you're shooting those videos. Okay. But all in all, I think the cameras are good in terms of the pricing of this phone. For the battery and charging, this is where Infinix takes the way in most of the device. So we have 5180 mAh battery with 45-watt fast charger. Now, this charging speed is actually insane, right? Because we can charge our phone from 0 to 100% around 1 hour. Once it's fully charged, you can get, if you're a light user, this one can last up to one full day. But let's say you're an heavy user, you are watching movies or playing games and all, it's going to last you around 7 hours. So I think the battery is actually durable. Now, to my final verdict, should you go for the Infinix Hot 60i this year, or should you go for something else? Well, before I give you guys my opinion on this, if you're looking for where you can get your gadgets, your iPhone, Samsung, Google Pixel, you know, Infinix, Techno, and any device, check out my page on TikTok at Mivon Gadgets. Yeah, so the reason why I started doing this is because even I've created a lot of videos right here on YouTube and my TikTok and other platform on how you can avoid being scammed when getting all these phones. Most people still fall for it. So, to help you guys a step further, I decided to start getting them myself and giving it to people. All right. So check out my page over there. You can get any phone, and it's actually very affordable, safe, and reliable. So I'm going to see you guys at my Mivon gadget on TikTok, and just tell me whichever phone you want to go for. All right. Now back to my final verdict. I'm going to say if you have the Hot 50i, there's no need to upgrade, because honestly, the only difference I kind of notice is the charging speed from I think 18 watts last year to 45 watts, but every other thing is actually the same. But if you're looking for a decent phone to go for this year, then I think this is a good one to go for. Or you can just check out my next video where I compare the Infinix Hot 60i versus the Technospark 40 Pro. Yes, because they are both in the same price range, and while the Infinix is giving Samsung vibe, the Techno is giving iPhone vibe. So which one will you go for? I'll explain all this in my next video.